Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back today with another video, this time a content creator program, and we're on to Storm Pyramid X. So the apocalypse mutant people from Marvel Realm of Champions. Before we had Sorcerer Supreme, the mystic side of things, now we get the mutant side, and hopefully we get, I think they're called barons of those houses. Hopefully we get more barons in the future, one from each house. But this storm is pretty cool. So quickly, let's go over some of she was removed from my account today. She was like just removed. I just finished working on some gameplay for her, and then she got removed. So I have to just pull the abilities from the not owned champion here. But with Sorcerer Supreme, got opponent nullify effects, suffer minus 50% ability accuracy. That could be pretty useful because you don't want your buffs to be nullified. We have one with Bishop, your prowess buffs last longer. That's good. One with OG Storm, alternate Tempest activated by Storm special 3 lasts 8 seconds longer. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. And then we have some interesting synergies for the Wakandians. Bleed debuffs inflicted on the opponent last 30% longer. That could be pretty nutty on Killmonger. But I don't think these synergies give anything to her. And then here we have one with the spider people. Evadability accuracy is increased to 30%, and after inflicting an evade, inflict a stun, kind of like the mesmerize node. And then here we have one with mutant champs, mutant landed strikes during special attacks gain a 12% attack rating. So that's nice. She works pretty good with the mutant crit team. But as far as her abilities go, she's really not that complicated. Some of Storm's basic attacks deal energy damage instead of physical. This is really nice. But this makes her totally not viable versus Human Torch. Do not use her versus Human Torch. I learned that one the hard way. Cause each hit is going to give him a smolder, and then once it gets to 10, every time you hit him, you're going to incinerate, and then you're going to raise his temperature, and then you're going to be no flamed, and you're going to just melt. But she has some base energy resistance, which is always nice. This right here is really nice. If the opponent purifies a stun debuff, it is replaced with a passive stun. I'm going to show you guys some gameplay of that. It's super dope. And then we got some pre-fed abilities. You can choose which Tempest form you want to start in. And the Ice Tempest, gain immunity to Cold Snap and Frostbite. So this was the one you're going to obviously want to use against like an Iceman. Incoming basic attacks have a 60% chance to glance. Glancing hits cannot be critical, deal 50% reduced damage, and suffer 100% of offensive ability accuracy. This is nice, you know, it makes her kind of tanky with that glancing. And then the Lightning Tempest decreases the potency of incoming shock effects by 100%, and each active prowess adds 2% chance to stun the opponent on hit for 0.9 seconds, max 16% chance. So this one's obviously what you're going to want to use if you're fighting like a shock node or EMP modification. She could be an answer to that. So when knocked down, this is one way to activate the 2 Tempests. And when either champion feels a bar of power, each Tempest generates 1 prowess, increasing the next special attack damage by 40%. The first 3 prowess effects last indefinitely. Additional prowess buffs last 10 seconds, maximum of 12. If Storm has 6 of them, when she's launching a special attack, it's unblockable, which is nice. And the heavy attack is really weird. I really struggled to get this off, and I think it's just because I wasn't doing it right. So you want to charge the heavy, and then you don't let go of the heavy. You just instantly go to a special. If you let go of it, you lose it, but you can charge up a prowess. It's really weird. I'm not the biggest fan of this mechanic. Maybe I just need to practice it a bit more. The L1 inflicts a slow passive effect for the duration of the special attack. This is pretty nice. I'll show you guys some utility for this later on. For the Ice Tempest, each hit that contacts the opponent generates 1 prowess buff, increasing special attack damage by 10% for the remainder of this special attack. Additionally, the last hit inflicts a passive Cold Snap, dealing about 2,000 energy damage. Special 2, each hit inflicts a shock, dealing 2,000 damage over 9 seconds. If the opponent purifies any of these shock debuffs, deal a burst of 1,900 instant shock damage instead. And for the Lightning Tempest, shock damage is increased by up to 90% based on the opponent's current power. Additionally, each prowess reduces the opponent's defensive power rate by 25%, up to a maximum of 100%. So you can really launch these even when your opponent has a lot of power, and it'll just do even more damage, which is nice. And then we got the special 3 here. If both Tempests are already active, Storm increases her attack rating by 3,600 during the special attack, and then after the special attack ends, Storm activates her alternate Tempest for 35 seconds. Duration is paused while charging heavy attacks and launching special attacks. So there's 3 ways to activate both of your Tempests. One is with the L3, one is with getting knocked down, and then one is from her signature ability, but this one doesn't have it. But if she's awakened, I think it's when she's pushed below 30% health, she activates both Tempests. So kind of like a Nick Fury type vibe, where you get rewarded for playing at a low health threshold. That's all. We're going to talk about the abilities now. Let's get into some gameplay, because we got lots of it. Alright guys, so we're back, and today we're going to be skipping the Winter Soldier fight. I recorded a couple of them, but I just wasn't really feeling... there's always a Winter Soldier fight. That's kind of boring. Everyone always does that. Let's do something different here. So I'm going to jump into Variant 1, Chapter 1, because she's a mutant. And so we're going to be fighting this Carnage here. He has Masochism and another node, but Masochism is the important one. So I totally was just smart, and I thought that this interaction would work. Yeah, totally. I didn't just find this on accident. But with the Masochism node, when you parry and they go to shrug off the stun, it gets turned into a passive stun. So it turns out Storm is a pretty good option for Masochism. Now, they still do get the regeneration, but she can probably outdamage it. So this is a rank 3 5-star champion doing Variant 1. So about a 4-star, and you're going to see her damage output is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to go for an L2. Right here you see I charge the heavy, but I let go. I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the heavy thing. Like I said, I probably just need to practice it more, but we hit this guy with a super sick L3. You like freeze him, and then you just rain some beams down on him. Pretty dope. We're unblockable for a little bit after the L3. Now we just want to bait out the special 2 and then build to our special 2, and it should just kill him. And the cool thing is her special 3 actually hits pretty hard too, especially if you already have both Tempest active, because then you get a big attack increase. So right here we're just building up to our special 2. He throws a special here, that's fine. Right now we're at 6 prowess. Again, we stun, get the passive stun. Right here we're at 10 prowess, drop the special 2, and boom, he's dead. So on those last 3 beams, only one of them crit. They crit for like 32,000. But if the other beams crit, they have the same damage potential. So that could have potentially been about 100k L2 for a rank 3. Pretty gnarly, pretty nice. So moving into the next fight here, we have a Symbiote Spider-Man. So Symbiote Spider-Man here, obviously, you know, he's annoying with his evasion, and Storm has a way to counter that on her special 1 with the first ever passive slow effect in the game. I think at least that, like, in a champion's base kit. So yeah, we can just stun him. We don't have to worry about the Masochism node. That's super nice, man. It's a pretty long stun too, the passive one. Here he throws a special 1. I like to block the first couple web shots and then dex the rest. Not confident in evading at all. Definitely not confident. Right here I go for a heavy attack. I'm not sure what I was trying to do with the heavy. Yeah, I'm trying. That's not how you do it. That's not at all how you do it. You gotta charge it and then special. You can't hit them with it, or you lose whatever you charge. But we hit him with an L3 here. And pay attention to how much damage this does. That was a big chunk. So that damage was 30,000. 30,000 damage on an L3 from a rank 3 champion. You know, that's pretty good. Storm, she doesn't have the most utility. She's got damage. She's just going to be a really solid damage champion, and she's really fun to play as well. But she does have some utility. So right here, watch this. So we apply the slow passive effect on the L1, and he didn't have to. So right here he has the spider sense, right? Now I'm gonna throw this, and he just can't evade. He was kind of stunned, but it doesn't matter. When he's slowed, they can't evade. So the L1, you can pretty much always get it off, unless it's like someone's invisible and there's a chance to miss. But they can't evade it, and if they're unstoppable, the slow will basically dispel the unstoppable, and your L1 will connect. And there's also another really cool interaction with it. Saving that clip for last, but we'll get to it. So next up here we have a Sabertooth. So I was hoping this to just be a good showcase of our damage. He can kind of heal up. So he's a bit of a chunky boy. And so now notice that we've been pushed below 30%. So now I have both of my Tempests active, which is really nice because in the previous fights, I build up to the L3 to get both active, and then I go for special 2. But here we don't have to do that because we're already at both Tempests. So we have 8 prowess effects, boom, drop that L2. I saw 2 10k non-crits and then a 30k crit. Pretty solid for damage. And then we're going to just build back up to 1 more special 2, and that should be lights out. So just going to bait this L1, push him up here. We're stunning him. We're getting so many stuns. It's great, man. It's a great time. I really like the passive stun effect. So here we're at 10 prowess, drop the special 2, and boom, he's dead. We didn't crit, but we didn't need to crit. Sabertooth shredded. And yeah, you see doing variant 1 fights without too much of a problem. A great counter to masochism. That's great, man, because masochism is pretty annoying. Just being able to reliably parry stun is pretty sweet, unless they're stun immune. But yeah, usually with masochism they're not. So now the final fight I have for you guys is against Hector in his new 6-star Doom. We're gonna whoop his Doom here. He just ranked him up. We're gonna kick his butt. So Storm, not the best. I'm not saying she's the best counter to Doom, but she can do what not too many characters can, and that's get in a special attack while his aura is active. So if you guys don't know about fighting Dr. Doom, when he has that little green icon under his health bar, anytime you try to use a heavy attack or a special attack, he's going to resist the last hit. But here, watch, he doesn't resist it. And why, you might ask? Because of that slow effect. Because of the slow, Dr. Doom cannot resist our L1. But unfortunately, she only applies the slow on the L1, not the L2. But it's just a kind of a cool interaction here that not too many champs can do. So I wanted to showcase it for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much all the Storm gameplay I have for this first video. She's fun. She's a lot of fun. And I wanted to, because she's such a prowess heavy champ, you know, doing incursions, there's been a lots of boosts and attributes that can actually increase prowess. There's one that increases potency, and there's one that gives you more prowess. It can give any champion prowess after you use special attack. So I figured she'd be really fun to use in there. So I brought her into some incursions, and it was fun. It was definitely fun. So I'm going to be uploading that video soon after this one. So if you guys want to see some more Storm gameplay, even crazier with some enhanced prowess and some other boosts, check it out. It's pretty sick. But that's going to do it for this content creator program video on Storm. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.